Welcome to A Kind Life. Today I'm joined with Kelly Dinham. How you going, Kelly?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, so good. Thank you for being here. I'm really excited to have you on. A few weeks ago, I was able to feature Pam from Edgar's Mission, and it just happened to be, it was funny actually. I'd followed you on social media for a little while, and then your name popped up in one of the emails that I was going backwards and forwards with, and I thought, oh, perfect opportunity. I'm going to ask if you'd like to come on the podcast. So thank you for saying yes.
Thank you for having me. I think you had Richard on as well as Pam not that long ago too.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone was super inspired by Tricky. Like, I think just because it's such a different story. So it's great to hear everyone's personal journey. So, really excited to share yours. Tell us a little bit about yourself for anyone who doesn't know you.
So my name is Kelly. I am 35 years old. I live in Lancefield, Victoria. I've been vegan for 13 years and I work full-time at Edgar's Mission, so a sanctuary for farmed animals.
I love on your profile you call yourself the sheep cuddler. I wish I had that title. I should have thought of that myself.
I don't just cuddle sheep all the time, but that would be an amazing job to have.
I know. I wish that was a profession because I would definitely be lining up.
Yeah, me too.
So I guess so being vegan 13 years, now tell us about that part of your story. How did you go vegan?
I went vegan in 2009, just after I gave birth to my daughter. And I think I went vegan for a number of reasons, but it all kind of came together at the same time. So I'd always loved animals, but wanted to raise Isabelle to love animals also, and thought I couldn't raise her to love animals if I was still consuming them. And then I'd also happened to watch, I think it was just on YouTube, Meet Your Meat, one of those animal cruelty footage exposés. I watched that, and I think an Animals Australia expose on horse racing. And then it all kind of came together. I was also breastfeeding my daughter at the same time. And I was like, I couldn't imagine having, what cows go through, having their calves taken away from them. Imagine that was me with my daughter. And it just all came together at the same point. I was like, I have to stop eating animals, and kind of, went from there.
And so had you been like vegetarian or anything before that point, or you literally just went vegan pretty much instantly?
I thought about going vegetarian while I was pregnant, but then really didn't know a lot about it. And certainly not something to change while I was pregnant, even though it's completely healthy to be vegan while you're pregnant. I didn't know anything about it. So made that decision, I think, just a few months after Isabelle was born, and went vegetarian first and then pretty much vegan a couple of months later.
Yeah. Oh, hello. We've got someone walking into the screen.
Evie.
Hi, Evie.
Join us.
So cute. I love when animals feature in people's videos. It's the cutest thing ever.
Well, there might be a few.
That's good. I'm sure you've got a bit of a menagerie there, do you?
Yeah, we've got a few cats and dogs here.
Are they all rescues?
Yes, they are. This is Evie. So I've had her for a few years, but she actually came from a piggery. She was a rescue from a piggery. Someone was investigating animal cruelty there, and she was a feral cat that lived on the piggery, and was pregnant at the time and needed some food. So followed the person that was investigating the cruelty out. And then she ended up here, and
and now she's the star of the show.
Now she wants to be on the camera.
Might become Evie's podcast, not yours. But after going vegan, when did you then decide to, I suppose, get active for animals?
I think it wasn't too long after I went vegan. I wanted to be able to help more, and started volunteering with, it was just a small band jumps racing group in Adelaide, South Australia, and Coalition for the Protection of Racehorses here in Victoria. So they'd come over to South Australia for the jumps races, and I would help out with taking photos of the jumps races. They needed extra volunteers to help out with that. And then at the same time, so my family also kind of went vegan all around the same time as well. And working closely with my mum, we found it hard finding a lot of vegan products in Adelaide. It wasn't as easy as Victoria, or certainly nowadays. So we started an online vegan store together, and worked on that for a few years before opening a shop front. and then started our own small sanctuary for farmed animals in South Australia as well. So did that for close to a decade, before then applying for the job at Edgar's Mission and moving over to Victoria about 5 years ago.
Yeah, wow. And so does that sanctuary still exist in South Australia?
Yeah, it's Freedom Hill Sanctuary in South Australia.
Amazing. Yeah, I follow those guys on Instagram as well. And is
Oh,
that's I suppose not quite as big a sanctuary as Edgar's Mission, is that right?
no, yeah, a lot smaller. And yeah, but my mum's still there now.
I'm guessing you would have got a lot of experience then, before going to Edgar's, having been part of a sanctuary in terms of, animal care and what's involved in running a sanctuary.
I think so. But my role at Edgar's Mission now is not based on animal care. There are a lot of people that know way more about that than I do. So I work mostly with the social media and merchandise and taking tours on weekends as well.
And so was that your reason for moving to Victoria?
Yes, I think I had worked with family for long enough and wanted to do something different and saw the job online just on Facebook. It popped up one day and thought about applying, and I was like, oh, I'll never get it. But I'll just give it a go anyway. And then applied and got an interview and then got the job and moved over all within the space of 2 weeks. So brought Isabelle and all the animals over, and yeah, moved to Kyneton in Victoria. And yeah, it's just been perfect since then. It's such an amazing place to work at and an incredible area to live in as well. And it's where I also fell in love with my husband. So there's that too.
And that is something I did want to ask as part of your story. I was guessing that you might have met Kyle there. So tell us that story, that little love story.
I met Kyle when I took a tour at Edgar's Mission, the previous sanctuary site. I think must be close to like 9 or 10 years ago now. So he took a tour, and there's actually a photo of us together on the day that I took a tour. But obviously, that was the first time we met. He was just the tour guide. And then because we had the sanctuary and vegan shop in Adelaide, we'd kind of see each other at all these different vegan festivals over the next few years. So we'd say hi and catch up then. So we kind of knew each other. But then obviously working closer together, got to know each other a lot more. And then it led to, well, we got married in February this year. So
I love that. I did notice it. I thought it was the cutest thing. And I do want to talk about your wedding, like as much as you're happy to share. So was it always part of the plan to have like a beautiful wedding, including it being part of it at Edgar's Mission?
Yes, I think we wanted to both include places that were important to us. I mean, Kyle's been working at Edgar's Mission for, I think, just over 12 years now. He was their first staff member. So incredibly important place to him as well. And also Mount Macedon, where we go hiking on the weekends. So we had like a little elopement ceremony at Mount Macedon with a few close friends and Isabelle and our dogs. And then had kind of just dinner at Edgar's Mission and photos there as well with some of the animals. Lots of sheep.
It was so gorgeous. Like I highly recommend people check out your social media because there's some absolutely incredible photos of you guys, like almost like unimaginable with you, in a beautiful wedding dress with sheep and just lots of cuddles and so gorgeous. It must have been such a special moment.
The photographers did an amazing job. So they're a lovely vegan couple as well. And they run Be Here, Be Now photos and film. So if you check them out on Instagram or if you're getting married, I highly recommend them also. Evie's in the way again. Yeah, it just ended up being the most perfect day, everything we'd hoped for and planned it could be.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. And you do a lot of photography yourself, don't you?
Yes, trying to improve. But I love taking photos of all the animals at work.
And is that, I guess that's what I was intrigued to know. Is that part of your job or is that just a bit of a perk?
That is part of my job. But I also like to go there in free time as well. If there's like a beautiful sunrise or sunset and we're so close to work, we're like 5 minutes away, so I can drive in. It's just really relaxing to be out there and watch the animals enjoying their lives, just doing their own thing in such a beautiful place. And yeah, I think I'm just incredibly grateful I get to work there, and it's yeah, it can be part of my job.
Is photography, was that always a passion of yours, or is it something you started since being at Edgar's?
I started, I think, first when they needed volunteers to help take photos of the horses on jumps races. And I was like, oh, okay, this is a really great way to be able to show people what happens, you know, that aren't there to see the horses falling or the injuries or the deaths on the racetrack. And then it kind of just went from there when we had the sanctuary as well, just taking photos of the rescued animals there and sharing them on social media. And then just over the years, I've just tried to improve as time has gone on. Yeah, and Kyle takes photos as well. So it's something, I guess, yeah, a shared interest we're both passionate about.
Yeah. And I do love that, you know, a lot of the, I'm assuming a lot of the photos that you take are the ones that also get used in Edgar's mission, but I see them get shared more widely through, you know, like global vegan pages, which is incredible because it shows the special moments, you know, you're having with the sheep or with different animals.
Are they the ones with the doctor?
Yes. Yep. I mean, I know you're not meant to have favorites, Kelly, but do we have any favorites, and do you want to share any of their stories?
Okay, I don't have any favorites. I love everybody, but there are a few animals that I have stronger friendships with than others, and the doctor is one. There's a few sheep. So the doctor is one, and I don't know if you've seen his rescue video before, but he came to Edgar's mission 3 years ago. He was just running in kind of bushland area at the back of someone's property, and I think he got back from a farm and had never been shorn, and he hadn't been castrated, and we got notified about him and went out with Pam and the rest of the team to rescue him. It was like a hot summer day, so he would have been, I don't know if you've seen the video, but so he was running around and we were able to catch him. We do have a video of the team catching him and brought him back to the sanctuary where he was shorn. 21 kilos of extra wool came off of him. And he didn't love people. He was quite scared. I guess he didn't know love and kindness from humans. And it's been incredible to be able to watch him kind of warm up to people over the past few years. And it was actually one day I was taking photos in the paddock with the sheep one morning, and he just came over for a cuddle. So he started the friendship, and then it's kind of just gone from there. So now we're quite good friends, and I might walk down to see him on my lunch break or after work and give him a massage and see how he's going. Sometimes he's busy and he's doing his own thing and doesn't want to say hi, but there's sometimes, yeah, he comes in, as you've seen the video, it's for a nice cuddle.
Yeah, he's very smoochy. You can tell he loves the affection.
And he started doing this thing where I think I give him a lot of kisses, but he'll give me a kiss on my cheek as well with his nose. It's so sweet.
Oh, what a sweetheart. And is there any other parts of, I suppose, of Edgar's mission that you would like to share? Like it's pretty incredible to be able to be employed there. Even, you know, do you have any advice for anyone that might be hoping to work at a sanctuary one day?
I think there's actually some positions available now at Edgar's mission, so you can jump onto the website and see any job openings. But it's just such an incredible place to work at. I think Richard was saying something similar in his podcast a few weeks ago, just being surrounded by a team of like-minded individuals working towards the same goal of creating a kind of world for farmed animals. And there's such a feeling of hope there as well. I think we get, being vegan or an animal activist, you see so many bad things happen to animals, and the cruelty footage, it can be quite overwhelming. Oh, Evie's just jumped in again. So to be able to be at Edgar's mission and see the incredible work that everyone's doing, rescuing these farmed animals and kind of advocating for them and for a kinder world, it's just really heartwarming. I don't know if you've seen, there's a cow, Rainbow, that was recently rescued. We shared her video a few days ago. Yeah, so you can kind of see her journey and how far she's come in, I think it was 27 days or just after close to a month. She was found in a paddock, unable to walk around, in really bad condition. And everyone kind of came together and has been working around the clock to help her get back on her legs. And it was just last week she took her first steps outside, and we shared a video of that of a couple of days ago. So if you have time, please check that out and see how she's doing. She's so beautiful. And I think, yeah, it's just so heartwarming and uplifting, and you get such a feeling of hope being there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did say that to Pam in her interview that, I love the content and the way that you guys share individuals like animal stories, because it's so beautiful to understand like where they've come from and, their story and then how they're going now. It's such, like you said, it's so heartwarming when sometimes we only see so much negativity. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And so in your profile as well, I had seen that, at times you've been involved with like wildlife, looks like maybe wildlife rescue or like at certain sanctuaries with kangaroos and things. So is that still something you're involved in?
We were volunteering at Five Freedoms Animal Rescue. They're just outside of Trentham. So they do incredible work as well. So also check them out. But that was during lockdown, and we were going out every Sunday. But Kyle hurt his back, so we can't actually go out and be as hands-on as much as we wanted to before. But yeah, hope to head out there again soon and help out.
Yeah. I'm guessing over the years, having been vegan for so many years, there's been lots of different things that you would have been involved in. You mentioned like jumps racing and the sanctuary, but is there anything else that you wanted to mention that we might have missed, in terms of like activism or spreading the vegan message?
Now I think I'm mostly just involved in, full-time work at Edgar's mission, and then just using my own social media to change the way people view farmed animals. So it is a lot of videos of the doctor, but I think that's even a good thing, because it just helps create a connection between people and the sheep when they can't be at the sanctuary themselves. And even just simple things like, I never realized sheep enjoyed massages or things like that. Or like, some comments you read like, if I see another video like this, I might just have to stop eating animals. And I'm like, yes, that's amazing. So that's just what I'm currently working on now.
Yeah, that's incredible. And do you have, I know you mentioned you have some rescue cats and dogs, but do you have any farmed animals yourselves?
No, we're just on like a normal house block here in Lansfield. So we have 9 cats and 4 dogs, and they keep us pretty busy. But hopefully one day, I'd like to be able to have a little bit of land to have some rescued animals. But I mean, we can see them every day at work also.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're pretty lucky. That's a lot of people's dreams. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And before we finish up, Kelly, is there anything that we might have missed that you did want to mention, like any advice or anything that's been part of your journey?
Any advice? I think everybody's different, but I guess like I was saying before, when we're confronted with the animal cruelty footage quite a lot, it can become a bit overwhelming, and you can feel like we're not getting anywhere. So things that I found helpful is to kind of create my social media feed so it's filled with more happy rescue stories from sanctuaries than animal cruelty footage. I definitely think animal cruelty footage is important and something we do need to share and create awareness about, so we can best advocate for animals, but not something we need to be continually seeing every morning when we wake up. So I think maybe limiting that and setting aside time if you do want to view those. So just we're not confronted by it every day. I personally find that quite helpful. I know if you wake up in the morning and you see something awful on Instagram or some horrible animal slaughter footage, it can kind of make you feel like you're not getting anywhere. Whereas if we can just, maybe follow more sanctuaries and follow more accounts with sheep massage videos or whatever, I think that can be quite helpful. And what else? Maybe just being kinder to ourselves as well. I think there was a time when I was like, all of my free time should be spent working towards making the world vegan or creating a kind of place for animals. But I think as I've got older, you need to realize maybe taking some time out for yourself as well. So being kind to yourself, even if it's just something, once a week, going hiking or something on your own, just having a little recharge so you can be the best version of yourself to help the animals.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And sometimes we overlook that, but eventually I think it does catch up with us. And that's something I've sort of found recently is that, you become a little bit overwhelmed by doing all those things for the animals when sometimes, like you said, we need to also be kind to ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so what's the best way for people to check out your Instagrams? I know you've got two. So do you want to tell us what they are?
So firstly, follow Edgar's Mission on Instagram and see the incredible work they are doing. And then also, if you'd like extra videos of the doctor, you can head to my Instagram. And then I have a TikTok as well, but that's mostly cat related content. But if you like cats, head to that also.
Cool. I'll pop all of those in the show notes so that people can jump across and have a look. And I highly recommend, like I said, to check out the wedding photos because they are just incredible. It really captured, like, I think because it's so unusual. Do you know what I mean? Like, we always see these beautiful videos of people with like animals, like rescue animals, but seeing them on a wedding day was just so special. So,
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
and do you have a favorite quote that you would like to share to end the episode?
That would have to be the Edgar's Mission one, of course. So it's the way we end the tours at the sanctuary as well. So if we could live happy and healthy lives without harming others, why wouldn't we?
Yeah, I guess if I had to put my money on it, I would have said that might have been your favorite quote. It's definitely consistent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly. Really appreciate you jumping on and us catching up. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing more sheep cuddling. So keep it up.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.